to another Lawn Fawn video. Today we are introducing our new set, Yeti Set Go. And this is one of my favorite of the new sets because I have wanted a little Yeti stamp for so long. He's got some adorable puns and some great little scene builders. So let's go ahead and stamp him out and then make a fun project with him. So first we're going to stamp out this adorable little Yeti. And here we have these great little earmuffs. And what I love about them is they could also be headphones too. This set has 2 different sized trees, which is perfect for creating little scenes for the Yeti. And there are 3 different sizes and styles of snowflakes, which I just love because you can also create cute little scenes with them. This set has some great sentiments, and I love the font with this I Heart Winter. And then we have this adorable Yeti It's Cold Outside, which I just love. It makes me laugh so much. And then we have 2 sentiments that make this set useful all year round. The Need a Hug, which is so cute with his little monster face. And the You're a Rare Find, which I love because that could be a really cute, even for like a thank you card or something, you could have You're a Rare Find on the outside and then thank you on the inside. Anybody that's done something special for you. And then, of course, we have an exclamation point that you can either add to the end of your sentiments or not. And I think it looks really cute at the end of You're a Rare Find. I love to add a little white gel pen to his teeth just to make them stand out even more. So I've added some quick color to my cute little Yetis and the trees, and now we're going to go ahead and put this together in a fun project. So I'm going to be using our Say Cheese Polaroid set to create a cute little scene for our Yeti. Now I've already cut out my little template here because we're going to stamp the Polaroid and line it up perfectly with the die. So now I have 2 cute little Polaroids, and I created this template just by passing it through my die cutting machine, and the extra part that's left over is what's going to help us line up the die. So all you do is line up the kind of inside edge here with the Polaroid shape, and then we're going to fill in these holes with our pen. And now that we have these holes as our guides, we can line the die up. So you line these outside holes with the little circles that we drew with the pen using our guide. Use some low tack tape to hold it in place. And then we can run it through our die cut machine. And now we have our second Polaroid shape. And as you can see here, you're left with what looks like the guide we used at the beginning. But I always just save one and keep it with my die, so I always have one already made. When I cut directly, either with scissors or with a die, on the stamped edge, I like to use a marker to kind of define the edge. I feel like it makes it look even more professional when I do that. It kind of just gives a little finishing touch. So I'm going to go ahead and trim down 2 3/4 inch square here. And I'm going to go ahead and take the little snowflakes from this set and arrange them on my block. And we are going to stamp in some Versamark ink, and then we're going to clear emboss, heat emboss with them. Now I want to make sure it looks like kind of like a photo, like a continuous scene, so I'm going to stamp these cute little snowflakes, turning my block all around, and I want to make sure I stamp on and off because I really want to create a cute little scene here. Added the clear heat embossing powder, and what's nice about this is you can see a little bit better where you might be missing a snowflake. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp one up here. And just fill in my little missing edges. And then we'll repeat the same on the other square. And now we can go ahead and heat it up. Okay, so we've let the heat embossing cool here, and now we're going to use some distress inks to create an awesome sky for our Yeti to hang out in. I'm going to start with Tumbled Glass because it's the lightest one. I'm going to start off of the paper and then kind of move my little foam applicator here. You could even use a makeup sponge, any kind of foamy thing. And you'll see as I bring on the distress ink, the embossing powder resists the ink and those white snowflakes are going to show through, which looks so pretty. Now we're going to go ahead and add in this kind of bright teal. And then we're going to bring in the dark blue to kind of define the edges. And you can see what a really cool and pretty sky that creates. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to make these really look like old photos. So I'm using these kind of brown colored distress inks, and I'm going to try to just play and layer that over the blue sky we've created just to make it look like an old photo. I'm kind of just doing it around the edges just to get that kind of, you know, with an old photo, how it kind of comes in from the edges and you get that brownish kind of look like that. Now my next step is I've got a 2 3/4 inch piece of white cardstock here, and I want to create a cute little snowbank for my Yeti to hang out on. And so you just kind of cut any kind of random line, and we can layer these like this to create a cute looking snowbank. And now we're going to repeat the same for the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere these little snowbanks down. You can see I'm kind of just layering them on top of each other to create a cute little scene. And you can even go ahead and kind of lift them up a little bit just to get a little dimension. And then the next thing we want to do is just add a little bit of this aging to the snow. So I'm just going ahead and adding the lightest color there just along the bottom of the snow on both of them. And then we can even get a little bit of a darker color for the edges. Just adding a little bit more over the snow. My next step is to cut the Yeti out. So I decided that I wanted the earmuffs separate from the Yeti, so I went ahead and just stamped and colored out some new ones, and I'll just layer it over him there. I'm going to go ahead and add some liquid glue. And now I'm just going to go ahead and adhere the new earmuffs down on top of the Yeti. And now, because I want to continue this old picture look, we also need to make the Yeti look like he's part of the old picture. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the distress ink just to give him that old photo look. So you can see he's got a little more of an antique look, so he fits in our cute little scene a little better. Now the last step is to age our 2 Polaroids too. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start adding the distress ink on until I think it looks right. So I'm going ahead and stamping out a bunch of the cute little trees from the set so we can keep creating our scene. So now that I've added some quick and easy color to my trees, I want to go ahead and add a little bit of the antique look to the trees now, because I think that'll be easier than when I try to cut them out. And that way they're going to blend in to our aged photo scene. I have so much fun with these distress inks. You get inky and messy, and I just love it. And now we're ready to start cutting them out. So I'm just adding one little extra snowbank here because I think it's just going to add some extra dimension on there. But of course I have to add my oldness back in. So we'll start with the light one, the antique linen, and then we'll add the medium with some old paper here on the sides. So I think that looks really cute like that. And I'm just going ahead and adhering them in the placement that I liked. And I'm going to add some adhesive to the bottom of my Yeti, but then I want him to kind of pop up for some dimension, so I'm going to put one of those right there. So that way I can stick him behind this little snowbank, but he's still kind of popped up. You can see how cute that looks in the frame. It just makes me laugh, it's so cute. And then for this one, these Polaroids are going to be kind of like layered, so we only need to add the trees on this one side. So I'm putting some glue around the outside edge. Because I cut it a little bit larger than the inside is 2.5, so I cut it to 2 3/4, I can go ahead and layer this piece behind, and I really like that look when it's behind the Polaroid. So you can see how pretty that looks. Now for this Polaroid, I want to use the You're a Rare Find, because my thought is somebody was hiking and then they found the Yeti and they got a picture of it, you know, they're going to send it to the National Enquirer or something. But anyways, I thought the You're a Rare Find would go really well with this kind of photo idea. And I like this sentiment because it's kind of a cute way to say happy birthday or thank you even, because you can put the happy birthday or thank you on the inside, and I think both go along with the You're a Rare Find, which is great. I like to stamp first before I start gluing everything because I think it's just easier to do. And then the next step is going to be to add glue and adhere it together just like we did with the other one. So that's just looking adorable, and when you layer them, it's so cute, like someone has a whole bunch of photos. The next thing I want to do to even make it look older is I'm just going to roll up the edges. And I love this idea of creating these kind of old Polaroids, and you can do it with any type of image inside, even a sentiment. I think it would look really cute with all of our critters. It's just kind of fun, you know, just kind of a little different. So now I've got some cool purple cardstock to coordinate with his little earmuffs, and I want to use our set wood grain backdrops just to add a little bit of texture to it. Okay, so here I have some purple ink because I want a tone-on-tone look, and we're going to stamp again. Make sure we're adding even pressure all the way around. And now we've got this awesome wood grain look to it. I'm going to go ahead and use some foam dots. And then I've got some of our gold sparkle lawn trimmings. I think the natural color really goes along with this whole aged photo look. And the little sparkles, just a little added nice touch. I'm just going to keep it in a knot because I don't want it to be too girly. That way I could use it for either a guy or a girl, which I love. And so here is the card. I love how cool it turned out. I just love this Yeti so much. He makes me so happy, and I love the idea of this vintage, creating a vintage photo, and you can do that with so many different stamps, especially the critters I think would look really cute with this idea. So this is Yeti Set Go. I love this stamp set so much. The Yeti is adorable, and you can stamp him on his own or with his cute little earmuffs. They could be headphones too, which is pretty fun. There's great little snowflakes that are perfect for creating backgrounds, and trees that help you kind of create the scene for the Yeti. There are some awesome sentiments in this set. The Yeti, it's cold outside. I think that one's my favorite. It's so punny. I love it. The Need a Hug, which is great because you can use the Yeti all year round. Same as the You're a Rare Find sentiment. It works all of the time. And then I Heart Winter, which is awesome for winter time. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have the most amazing and really rare and awesome day. Bye!